Now I know I said that we were going to focus on Slayer, but I just happened to be next to my bank and I noticed that we have this wonderful looking dino hide armor sitting at level 10, so we might as well disassemble it. And an easy 99. Very nice. Let's go get the cape. I have to say, in terms of color schemes, this is definitely one of my favorite capes. So it's got a really nice perk, reduce the drain of charges whenever you're using weapons or armor or tools or whatever. That's really sick. And obviously, we can start getting closer to 120 to boost for those skills. And eventually unlock everything and have a higher chance of perks, which is awesome. Now that we can say we got another 99 out of the way, let's continue with our current goal, which is to do Slayer. Now, the way I want to do Slayer is through Wilderness Slayer because I want to do my Caps grind at some point, and a great way of doing Caps grind is to do Wilderness Slayer, grab the decimation, and then return back to Caps and do that there. Now, I probably will not be doing caps in the period of the year just because that is a solid 1, 2, or even 300-hour grind, and I really just don't have time for that. So I'm going to do some prep for it now. I probably won't get decimation in this period of time. I'm just going to do some Wilderness Slayer for as long as possible. My goal is to try and get up to level 90 in the coming weeks because I want to be able to get Dragon Tasks, and Dragon Tasks are pretty much the best method to essentially cheat 99 Slayer. Just going to call it for what it is. Now, we are only level 84 Slayer right now, and the one thing that I want to do is go get a good task. Abby specs are obviously great. We'll finish those off. But we will want a bunch of high XP tasks, so we're going to go try and get one of those as quickly as possible. Hello, Miss Curadel. Let's see something nice. We have Terror Dogs or Spiritual Mages. I don't think we ever do Spiritual Mages other than for, like, Collection Log. We can obviously get War Priest pieces from them, but I've already got a full set of Zami, so that's not an issue. And we don't need Dragon Boots because this is an old school RuneScape. So I think I'm going to call this for what it is, which is a skip. Griffaloos or Greater Demons. I could do the Greater Demons task at Krill, but again, I don't really have any reason to. XP would be good, but it would take a lot of prep, and I think I can do the Griffaloos task pretty easy. They are decent XPs. So let's go do them and get this over with as quickly as possible. Honestly, such a weird task. They kind of do this jump mechanic and then just don't take damage for 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden the damage appears. I don't know. It's a really weird creature. I'm very happy to be done this task. I probably won't be coming back here. They drop a lot of weird stuff. Overall, not super useful. Fungal mages are honestly better in my opinion because at least they drop potato cactus. Jadinkos is terrible. I'm not planning on doing any KQ or KK. I could do Exiled, but again, it's not great XP, so let's skip. And it's a Dagonoth's task. Let's go. I am going to go Tribrid DKs. It is a ton of XP. It's pretty much 1k XP per kill, which will push us over the 85 mark, which is awesome. We can also start pushing for rings. I do have all of my Dagonoth Rex rings, but I do still need my Prime and my Supreme, as well as looking for a few extra drops in there. I'd be very happy to grind out DKs as a Slayer task, but first, what I want to do before I do this, because this is going to be the first time that I'm doing Tribriding DKs, I'm going to want to go do the quests because I haven't done really any quests. I think I did the Fremnik Trials initially to get some easy diaries done, but I haven't done any of the high level quests, and that is something that I want to do because we can get Balmung, which is pretty much best in slot here. So another case of we're going to do some questing when we need to do it, so let's go do it. Glorious memories complete. Well, that was not too bad. Managed through the entire tunnel in one go, but Blood Runs Deep complete. We have one more mini quest to go, and then we are all set to go Tribrid some DKs. Koshay's Trouble is completed, which means we have Balmung now. We can do some further steps to upgrade it. I believe that we need like 90 strength and 90 prayer, which are we already have. So that's pretty awesome. And we're going to go gear up for DKs. Now, the best gear that we're going to be using here is indeed War Priest, which seems like a really weird thing, but it does help out quite a bit in terms of negating damage and staying alive longer, because Prime hits like a truck, Supreme kind of hits like a car, and Rex tickles. So I'm really hoping to get some negated damage on Prime, which is awesome. I like to stand in this corner here when I'm starting and take on Prime, and then I do Prime into Supreme. I don't care if Rex is hitting me at the same time, and then I'll kill him. And that's my order. I am running this on a fast instance speed. I find that I can do standard with like tier 75 fast, tier 80 to 85, and then fastest is around tier 90. So that kind of give you an idea if you are planning on tri-brooding which speed you should set the DK's instance to, because sometimes if you set it too high, you'll be having trouble surviving. I'm planning on teleporting after a full inventory anyways. That's the best part about War's Retreat with a boss like this, is that you can just collect all the bones, collect all the hides. That's summoning XP as well as some either prevention materials or all that stuff. So you get to keep all of that, and I really enjoy that part about this. But we're going to sit here for a while, and hopefully we can get some drops. Ooh, very nice. Kill 67. We are going to snag a Sears ring, the only one of this trip. It has been a little bit dry. Very happy to see that Sears ring. I believe that is Sears ring number 2 on the account. And there is the task completed. Now, I didn't get anything other than the single Series ring, but that is okay. I am going to take a change of pace here, and we went from questing to Slayer, and then we're going to go kind of back to questing in order to complete the Elite Wilderness Diaries, because that's going to be huge. If we're doing revs, that's going to give us an increased drop rate, as well as being able to teleport at like level 30 rather than at level 20. The Wilderness Sword 4 gives a significant advantage when you're out there, so it's really, really worth to have. And hopefully we don't get killed while doing the tasks. Summer's End completed. Holy cow, that was a journey and a half. But we did get a nice little spirit shield. And with that quest, we now have all of the Rex to unlock everything in the wilderness for the Elite Slayer tasks. So let's go complete. Wilderness Hard and Elite have been completed and claimed, which means we have a ton of XP in Lamps. Obviously, it is going to go into the best skill ever. Wilderness Lamps have a huge XP boost compared to the rest of them, which is awesome. And we have a ton of XP for our favorite skill, Erdblore. So we're all ready for Wilderness Slayer now. We have our safe way of getting out. We're going to be sticking to Forinthia Dungeon as much as possible. Now, let me explain my strategy regarding this, because I feel like a lot of different people have a lot of different opinions when it comes to Wilderness Slayer. There's going to be 4 Slayer tasks that you want to do. It's going to be Revenants, Hellhounds, Green Dragons, and Blue Dragons. Everything else is a skip. Everything is either in the Chaos Tunnels and sucks to get to. It is incredibly long or inefficient to do. Or in the case of Abyssal Demons, I'm personally not a fan of doing this because it is next to an obelisk and anyone can teleport to you at any time, and I have been PK'd there quite a bunch in the past, so I typically stay to my 4 tasks. Obviously, if you do have level 94 Slayer, please go do Strike Worms. Now, a key to doing this is going to be you need a ton of Slayer tickets and you need at least 100 Slayer points. Doing this method is typically Slayer points net positive if you have the Slayer tickets to skip the right tasks and choose the alternative tasks, so that way you're not wasting Slayer points. I think on average in like the 128 tasks, I get like a surplus of 500 Slayer points, which is awesome, but just keep those in mind as a requirement. It's been a hot minute since I have done Wilderness Slayer though, and I totally am pretty sure that we get the skull after our first task is completed, but essentially we're going to be holding a skull the entire time we do this, and every task that we hold it for the entire task, we don't get a kill without holding the skull, and we're always in the wilderness getting these kills. Then the skull will upgrade, and then eventually we can hand it in at a tier 10 for decimation. This is my go-to spot for green dragons. There is of course the one in the east out by the Chaos Altar, but I find this one's easier to get to, and typically they're grouped together a little bit better. Next up, we got Hellhounds. Pretty much just sit here with a halberd. You can sit in one spot. If you have a Bone Crusher and are willing to lose it, I think it's only 23,000 tokens, then you can sit here with the necklace, the Bone Crusher, and pretty much sit here on Infinite Prayer. It is sub 30 Wilderness, so you can teleport with the Wilderness Sword at any time. As long as you get TB'd and are paying slight attention, you pretty much can never die at this spot, which is awesome. Going a little north now, we are at Blue Dragons. This one is a little bit higher than the teleportation requirement, or the teleportation limit in the wilderness, which is 30 with our wilderness swords. So If we do get teleblocked up here, it's pretty easy to lose them in the graveyard to the south. This one might not be for everyone. I know this is a little bit deeper in the wilderness, but this is the only spot for blue dragons in the wilderness, so I personally don't mind doing it. It's a solid location. There are weak to crossbows. Task goes by super quickly, which is awesome. Been like 7 tasks since we last recorded. Got a bunch of Hellhound tasks, which were awesome, nice and quick to do, but we finally have our favorite task, which is Revenants. Now, Revenants do have good stuff. We got Statius Warhammer. We got basically everything else that you can upgrade to tier 88. But they do have incredibly high drop rates, so I'm only anticipating maybe 1. So I'm not hugely hopeful, but it'd be really cool if we could snag something along the way. Nothing on that res task, unfortunately. It was only 30. I didn't really have high hopes for it anyways, but we are going to be going back to Hellhounds, and this is our first upgrade task. So essentially, once we complete this task, we will be able to upgrade our skull. It will upgrade automatically, and they'll be tier 2. Once we get the tier 2, if we die, it'll get reverted back down to a tier 1. Whereas if we had a tier 1, we would just lose it. So essentially, we would lose about 9 tasks worth of progress immediately when we die, and we would revert down to a lower tier of skull. The issue with this is that you lose those task progress, and as you go up in tiers, it requires more and more progress. So if you die on tier 9, let's say, you can lose up to like 40 tasks worth of progress, which is a significant amount of time. So we're going to do our best to stay away from PKers as much as possible. Haven't run into any yet, hoping our luck stays pretty good about that. There we go. The skull has a nice little bone crown on top of it. Beautiful. Let's go grab the next task. No way! Like, halfway through the task? Not bad. Tier 78, so these do degrade down to dust, but if we do get the patches, we can upgrade it to tier 88. So I think I would like to keep these as collectibles. Obviously, Statius Warhammer I'm going to use, and if there's any like weapons, I'd probably want to use them. It feels like such a big waste to use it with an RCB, so I'm probably going to hold off on using it for now, but that is going to be a nice looking piece in the bank for a while. No frickin' way. Let's go. I've never had crab before, but little gargoyle. Let's finish up this task and get him out as soon as possible. Hello, ugly. You are well, I am now going to officially have this pet following me around until we get another one. Of all the rare drops that I thought I was going to get on this Wilderness Slayer grind, I did not expect Slayer pet, so your boy is spooning everything again. Let's get back to doing some tasks. We're going to head back over to Morbran and grab a regular Slayer task because I think I'm done with Wilderness Slayer for a bit. It's a little too high stress for what I want right now, and I'm just going to chill out and watch the movies and not pay attention, so I don't want to lose my progress. Gimme, and it is a beautiful 300 Dagonoths. We're going to go back to tribe breeding. Thank God we did all this prep, so I can actually do the task multiple times over. 101 defense, very nice. Someone's gonna hate me for saying this, but a Berserker ring, not incredibly happy to see it. Anything we get from Rex at this point is pretty much bond money. What? That's 2 pets in 24 hours? What? And it's Newt? This is like one of my favorite pets. He's so cool. He's like a little salamander that holds his orb. Like, let's go. He is actually so like to honestly top 3. It's gotta be like Willow, Ralph, and Newton that are like my all-time favorite pets. So this is so cool. I don't care that it's a combat pet. It looks gorgeous. Welcome to the family, buddy. I am going to be keeping you out for quite a while. Task completed. That was, I could say, a very successful task overall. Very happy with the results of that. Let's go grab our next one. Moiran and Abbey Demons are going to be so good for us. We need a ton of pure essence for doing our rune crafting grind. So anytime we get Abbey Demons, that's going to be our number one priority. Let's go gear up and see what we can do. Unfortunately, I do not have any aggression potions, so I'm gonna have to play this a little bit more actively until we reach 94 Slayer. I probably should be doing this in Magic now that I think about it, but I'm so used to grabbing the Halberd. It's a little unfortunate that we also don't have the Bones and Ashes relic that essentially notes all of them, because managing the loot interface is going to be an issue. As the ashes stack up, the loot interface becomes too full and you actually don't see any of the pure essence anymore. So one of the ways that I do this to combat this is every 2 minutes I kind of just run in a big circle and spam loot click pickup, and it picks up all of the loot that I have noted stuff of. Task completed, 2k of the, I think, 300,000 pure essence that we're going to need for the 99 grind. So slowly making a dent in that. Let's go get one more task before this week is up, and we'll see where we can end off. And Avian Seas to end off the week. Not bad. I could do this in Magic. I feel like this is my conniption. I'm very excited to be doing this, and obviously I don't have Totem Intimidation yet, so we're gonna have to waste like 40 KC out here. But hopefully we can get some armor pieces to upgrade our setup, and then that will make doing our range for Slayer a little bit better. Love this task, decent XP. Let's see what we can get. Oh my god, kill number 1, and it is a pet. Let's go. I'm just kidding. Obviously, if I got 3 pets, I would probably quit this game. 88 range, very nice. Nice to see those levels as we continue grinding up. Task complete, nothing else on the log, but still happy. That was a good task. Got some good range XP, and we're sitting on the cusp of a Slayer level. So let's go see if we can grab one more Slayer task to be nice and quick and finish off the Slayer level. And I guess that's back to DK. So I am not going to start doing this task immediately. We're going to save that for the next week. What an incredible week this has been. I thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.